Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It, and this is episode 64.
Woot.
Woot woot. The 6 and the 4.
My house has been the house of sick this week.
Yeah?
Yep. It's not been fun.
Yeah.
And it still goes on.
There's lots of ick going around. Those flu shots. You get them, and sometimes you still get it. Yeah. I've been having headaches, and like my throat hurts in the morning, but then by the afternoon, the throat hurting is gone.
I have that same thing.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. My doctor said that it is post-nasal drip.
Yeah, that would be
wonderful.
What I assumed it was as well.
Well, it was actually my daughter's doctor because I didn't make a separate appointment for me. I just asked him my questions as we were sitting there. So, I have this sore throat in the morning, but it goes away. What's that about?
I've had postnasal drip before.
I apparently haven't had it in a long enough time that I forgot what it was.
So yeah, by the time I have my warm whatever, I'm okay. But the headache doesn't seem to want to go away. So my body must be fighting something.
Yeah.
Hubby has been really tired lately too.
Does that mean that, okay, so we've all got the flu, we're just not admitting it to ourselves?
Maybe. It could be. I don't know. It's, or maybe our body has seen something like this before, and so we're, like, okay with it. Anyway.
I can still function, but I'm still kind of sick.
Yeah. So I worked from home a couple days this week as well. Just because I was like, if I'm getting something, I don't want to give it to people. I don't want to be that mama. There was a gal that I used to work with who said she was the cootie mama of the office. She's like, now you get to be it. Because you've got young kids and everybody's going to blame sickness is on you.
Yeah, the flu was already going around our office before anybody in my family got it. So
Could have been you that brought it home.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. And we have somebody in daycare and somebody in first grade, so could be any and all of those things, but that's enough sick talk.
Yeah.
We're getting over it, we hope, because we're on day 5.
Yeah, some of them last a bit. We didn't get to talk about Yarn Over last time.
Okay.
I had that written down that we should talk about it this time. So we are planning to go to Yarn Over, and we're going to hobnob with the
knitting celebrity of the classes.
Yes, and if you are going, make sure to let us know, and we're going to try to, we're going to the dinner the night before, and then my son's birthday is literally that day, and while he probably wouldn't give a hoot whether or not if I actually saw him on his birthday, like my mommy guilt would just kill me. So we're going to do a little abbreviated actual day, which is the 27th of April. And so we'll probably do more in the Twin Cities the evening before Yarn Over, and we'll be out and about during the marketplace and take a class, which I think you mentioned last time you are taking a beginner shawl knitter course.
Yeah, because that's me. I'm a beginner shawl knitter.
But you wanted to meet Stephen West.
Yes, and so my list was Stephen West, Stephanie Pro McPhee, and Franklin Habit. How can you choose? I mean, that is just hard to choose. So I was scanning the list, and I saw Grok, the sock, or whatever it is. But then I also saw Stephen West's class, because it didn't have the teacher name next to it when you were looking. It just had the name of the class, and I couldn't remember which class for Franklin Habit was in the morning. So basically, I felt like it was one of those like shop updates where you felt like your cart was going to get stolen, and I just picked go. Because we wanted to get the dinner the night before, and that goes to the first 100 registers, or it's 50.
It's 100 or 50?
It's a low number.
Yeah.
Compared to how many people are attending, it's a very low number. And it's optional, right? Like, I could have gotten it last year because I registered really early, but I didn't think about it. I just said, no, we're going to go the day of. I didn't even think about it. But this year we're like, that sounds really fun. We should totally do the dinner before, because all the teachers are at that dinner, and you just kind of get to I don't know. You could be like, okay, that person's going to be there, that person's going to be there. I better wear my shawl and my hat or something. You know, I better get prepared. And
yeah, I'm like on the fence about whether to be like a total like fangirl or to be like aloof, right? Like, hey, Stephanie Pearl McPhee, how you doing? You know, like, or to be like, oh my god, you know, it's like,
hold my sock, here, take my picture, okay?
They'll say zombie.
Hold my sock, because that's what you do with Stephanie Pearl McPhee, right?
Yeah.
Hold my sock. She holds my sock. You know, just go crazy.
This is your book. Can you sign this book? I want this book. Yeah. So, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. So I'm taking her class. But yeah, I kind of gave pause as well because I was like, well, I took a sock knitting class last year with Claire Parks, and I felt like I learned a lot. Mm-hmm. Not a ton, like it wasn't just about socks, right? Like I learned a ton about fibers and I learned a ton about all kinds of things. So I'm like, I can learn a whole bunch of things from Stephanie Pearl McPhee as well. So
no, that's true. I don't know. I haven't gone out and heard reviews about people who are teaching these classes. Mm-hmm. You know, is Stephen West an amazing teacher? And you'll learn a lot, even though it is for beginners.
I just see it being a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is true.
Because he seems like he has fun in all that he does.
So
he was wearing knitted
hot pants
at
we weren't there, but we
Maryland
saw pictures.
Wool, right? Yeah.
No, it was at the New York one.
Right. You're right.
But what was I going to say? Oh, I was thinking about asking Josh. It's like, do you want Stephen West to ooh and ah over your shawls a second time? I could wear all. Yeah. I could put on all 20 of Josh's shawls.
Yeah.
And just go that way. But I don't know. I figure my Earth and Sky will be enough. I should wear my Earth and Sky, which is like Tarja colorwork, bleh, to the beginner shawl class. And it's like, one of his patterns, yeah. Wear that to the beginner shawl class. Yeah, I'm here to take the shawl class. Mm-hmm. And I did it as the mystery. Now, granted, I didn't finish it when they finished, but I got the first 3 clues done during all the clue mayhem, and it was pretty much at clue 3 you had to like triple your work. Mm-hmm. I was like, and do this 5 times, and you're like, no, it's too much work.
Speaking of those teachers, I've got 2 things, 2 tangents off of that, and then hopefully we can get to the knitting so we're not at an hour again.
Yeah.
I was listening to Knitting Pipeline, and she mentioned that Franklin Habit had an article about me, and how we call ourselves selfish knitters. And this is totally just confirming my self-worth or something. But like, he said that you never, in the article, he said that you never hear people saying like, I'm a selfish golfer.
No.
I mean, we should claim our hobby, right? Like, just because we're knitting something for ourselves doesn't make it bad, right? I mean, our hobby is for us and for our enjoyment, and it doesn't have to be for other people. So I was kind of like, amen, Franklin Habit.
Selfish golfer.
Yes, I giggled at that. I giggled. I'm like, yep, my husband is a selfish bicycler.
He bicycles just for himself. And
then he goes and drinks beer in addition, and that's selfish drinking, and yeah. And he's here, so, you know, he could be hearing this conversation, which would be funny. And then the other tangent is, and I couldn't mention this in enabling, but I have gotten caught up. I didn't realize that I was behind on Claire Parks is doing the Great White Veil. And it is so good. I don't know if it's too late for folks to jump in and get like the armchair one where you just pay for the access, the online access to the articles, but it is awesome. It is so good, and she spins such a good yarn. And I feel like I'm learning a lot. Like, and again, I don't feel like I'm revealing too much here, but there's only one wool scourer like that has like big operations and that can do lots of wool in an hour in the United States. Isn't that not insane? I mean, that's like a one single, and then that's not even like their main They make hats.
Okay.
So like their main industry isn't even scouring wool, even though they are the biggest. They have the biggest commercial setup for scouring wool. It blew my mind, to say the least. And I wrote down something else that I wanted to say about it.
I guess when I think of knitting countries or knitting industry countries, I don't think of us in the top 10 or even the top 20 or 25. I mean, and you know, maybe that should be changed in my mind, but it's, to me, it's like, oh, New Zealand and, you know, some Nordic countries.
But you hear all of this, Canada. Like American wool and, I don't know. And so there's a lot of waste in the process, which I guess I didn't realize. And all of that waste costs, right? So you get a certain amount of wool and then you scour it down and you lose a certain amount. And then when you spin it, you lose a certain amount. And it's a bunch of math, which I really enjoy. Because I'm kind of a math geek, so I was like, ooh, numbers, ooh, this makes sense. And then I also have like a business background, so my mind starts going like, well, you have a single point of failure, and you've got they have a monopoly on the market, right? And I just totally messed up this row. Talking about it, so only one commercial scale scouring facility in the United States. And just loving like how interactive it is as well. So like she's got forums that you can go out and comment and ask questions, and it's very cool. Also in our administrati, we have our this or that.
Administrati. I love that Amy Beth used it this week.
I've heard it in other podcasts as well. I have Emerson, the incognito alien, is my dis.
She made fun of me, but administrating is here to stay.
It's an official part of our podcast. Administrivia.
Hey.
I personally apologized, and I will also do so on air, to Jenna Retro Lemon for choosing her pattern, because I always lose, Jenna. I always lose, but I just couldn't say no to the stash. Like, I had to pick your pattern. So I'm sorry that yours is not going to win because I chose it, but it is an adorable pattern, and I believe that everybody is a winner in this. Yeah. Isn't that quite and she's a hooker with a heart of gold. Everybody's a winner here. And so we've got that drawing will be next week. So vote.
The last time I looked, it was tantalizingly close to 201. So we're going to be drawing for multiple patterns here.
Yeah, and there for a while it was neck and neck. I was kind of excited about how close it was, and now Voodoo You Love Me is pulling way ahead.
I don't know. There must be some sort of phenomenon going on with the patterns. So
here's hoping we started it.
Yeah.
What else? Just that. Yarn over. I wanted to mention, loving everybody's self-striping finished objects out there. I did not link last week, but I will this week. It was the Vanilla Beanie is the name of the hat pattern you were talking about.
Thank you.
That looks really cute.
A free spirit, right?
Yeah, and it's free.
Yay.
And also, Sassy Pants Knitter, SPK is the group out on Ravelry, is also doing a self-striping knit along this whole year, I believe. So if you haven't checked out her podcast, it is full of win. And she's also, you can double dip. You can, and if you knit that hat, you can like triple dip, because you could do our Baby It's Cold Outside, which it is cold outside, by the way, and self-striping,
0 cold,
and somebody else's self-striping. That's 3. Wow. And I bet you could find somebody else's.
Yeah.
So,
what was I going to say? Yeah, anybody who's doing sock, like, I don't know. There's always, we had a group member. She's a moderator of 13 in 2013. Mm-hmm. So if you find that group, 13 in 2013, they're just knitting socks, and they have threads, and they have people out there that have already knit 4 pairs of socks this year.
Wow, that's crazy pants. Wow. I know somebody who's knit 2 cardigans. Just pretty crazy pants in my book.
So anyway, you could double dip there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just be like,
double dippage.
This is my...
We are, we encourage...
I don't know if they have prices, but I know that they have a active group with lots of posting of socks.
And we encourage it.
Yeah.
So, go for it. And that is all that I had. No, I don't have one more. Miracle Jen contacted me today.
Oh, that's right.
Go out to the boards, look at the beautiful pile of beautiful yarn. It's green, it's purple, it's fantastic.
Just a big pile of yarn.
Yeah, just to see an indie dyer make that much yarn. Dye it up. Every time I talk to her, I apologize. Hope you don't hate us. So yeah, that KAL is a month away, but she's going to start shipping ASAP. I know a lot of people are kind of scared about the shipping rates going up. So if you're on the verge of shipping something, get it out there before the shipping rates go up. Because I've heard like at least $1 package.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard 7% and I've heard 35%. So I have no idea. You know, this is just wild.
Is it speculation or has it been announced? I know that international is supposed to like double.
Well, Etsy shop, Tangerine Designs.
Yep.
Right? Posted a blog post about shipping rates going up. She researched it and she put it out there. I didn't read the whole thing. I read the thread that came before the blog post. And then she said that I blog post about the rate changes, and she found documentation on what the new rates are going to be. And so she might have gone into detail about how much her packages for her various wares are going to go up. And she sells stitch markers, I think, bags, wooden doodads. So it's not like large quantities of yarn, but it's still things that she has to sell and send, and so she wasn't sure how much she was going to raise. I heard a few people were talking about 75 cents a package. So, you know,
or like around the $1 mark. That was what I've been hearing.
Or maybe it was, you know, like your initial, like in Etsy, it's like, you know, for one item, it's blah, blah, blah. So for the first item, it's going to go up by 75 cents. What was me? Somebody, all those, you know, free shipping with X dollar amount might start going up the dollar amount you have to go.
Yep. I know that Mr. Yarn changed theirs recently. Like their brackets are different now.
Oh, okay. Well, jumping ahead of the.
Yep.
You know, it's important to do.
Yep. That was a totally different conversation than I thought we were going to have.
But anyway, somebody, you know, we get spoiled by free shipping, and yeah, it was to get us to start shopping online, right? It was this big gimmick to get us shopping online, and then we did, and then they can't reverse it on us, like, oh no, I don't want to pay for shipping.
Yeah.
But when you think of that package got packed up by somebody in who knows where, and then hand delivered to your mailbox, and you didn't have to do anything, it's amazing. And that costs like under $100, you know, like all the number of people who've touched that package along the way, and it costs, you know, especially for just a, you know, mailing an envelope, that's under 50 cents, and it has to go through similar amounts of work as a package. Anyway, crazy how cheap our mail is.
Stuff got shipped out. It was like before the break, the cutoff. DP Temple, your package is out. And also,
go ahead. I was just going to say that anybody who contacted me with addresses for the Crazy KAL, I have sent everybody who's contacted me, but not everybody has contacted me. So get out there, watch that prize thingy, see if you won.
The little extra.
Yeah, extra. We have one, the bag, the squirrel bag has not been claimed, and the Cherry Tree Hill yarn. So 2 of the bigger prizes haven't been claimed yet. So get on that.
We also have a birthday kit that has been unclaimed.
Yes, by somebody who's strangely active. So I almost feel like tapping her on the shoulder and going, psst, hey.
And if you are new to the podcast, you should go out and join the forums and become a board member.
Yes.
Because I am loving it. I am loving the interaction that folks have with each other and not just us, right? Like the boards aren't just to go out there and say, hey, Meg and Amy, I saw this, you were wrong. Bamboo is not glorified acrylic. It is actually natural, and even though it's been processed within an inch of its life, it's biodegradable, and that you can do through PM or messaging me on board. But I like it when people are out there talking to each other, like, hey, we have common interests, and we're going to talk to each other and forging bonds and building bridges and huzzah.
Okay, speaking of which, 2,000 members!
2,000, and it's been for a day, because I made the false announcement yesterday, and somebody went and unjoined the group just to prove me wrong.
Yeah, it was like 2,000 for like 20 minutes, and then it went $1.99 or $19.99.
Yeah. But then it's been over 2,000 for a day, so I think we can officially say. Which, I thank you all. I think it's awesome that you've joined the group and that you're talking to each other and that we're knitting along together, and I love it. I love our little group.
Yeah, and sometimes I join groups and I look and the activity level isn't sensational. Like maybe like my favorite yarn dyer, I go out there and I favorite them and I go out and I get into their threads, and then I'm like, oh, well, this isn't as active as 3 Irish Girls or Dancing Dog Dye Works. Why isn't this thread as busy as my other favorite dyers? I don't understand, and I don't know what it is
that makes a village.
Yeah, I don't know what it is that makes threads come alive.
It's not the moderator or the dyer, it's the folks. So it's totally totes you guys.
So yeah, I love that our boards are active.
I love it.
It's all thanks to our board members. Thank you.
Thank you for being a Stocking Zombie board member. And I forgot to say,
you have no voting power. No, yes you do.
You do.
This or that.
This or that. I love it.
And I don't know how many people you've stuck that song in their head.
It's totally in my head.
Ooh wee.
What's up with that? What's up with that? What song were you dancing to in your head?
No, I don't know.
When we were dancing, I was totally doing Gangnam Style.
Where they whoop 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 whoop.
Because that's like my go-to happy dance song right now.
Okay.
It's totally 2012, but it's. I forgot to mention, Miracle Jen, if you didn't get it the first time around and you didn't get some of our yarn, is having a fantastic discount. A Zombie 10 is the coupon code from February 1st to February 15th, so that you can get yarn if you care to participate.
Right. That's right, because it doesn't have to be our colorway. And it doesn't have to be a specific pattern. It just has to be Miracle Jen. And it can be entered.
We're totally Marigold Jenning it up.
Yep, for our next scale.
Yes. Okay, I think that we have blathered on for quite a bit.
Yes.
Do you have any finished objects, my lady?
I have a hoe.
Hello.
I didn't do this last time, did I?
No. Okay. You were working on it last time.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay. So I have one sock. And, whoops, we started. Another one.
Super fun.
So yay, I have one down. So no official FO, except that I have this. Yay!
Spinning FO.
Spinning FO. This is Highland Handmaid's her superwash merino silk base. And I had two colorways, Found and For the Win, that were combined for
she has
this.
Such fun, playful names.
Yeah. Very cool. So I'm just it reminds me of a different colorway that I had and I spun up, and I don't know if it's because the orange didn't pop as much as it did before I spun it. But I have a mostly blue and red skein of yarn out there. But that one's lace, and this one is definitely not lace.
What's the base?
Well, I said it's superwash merino silk.
I don't listen sometimes. Sorry. I feel as if I'm asking you questions.
I don't know what it's called. She might have some sort of like name for it, like her sock yarn bases, but I know the content. It's a 40-40-20, I think.
Okay, I think that's what I was asking for.
Okay.
Really, I'm just bad listener sometimes.
Okay, trying
right into this
So
sock.
this one was 166 yards, and I haven't weighed it yet because this is skein 1. Skein 2 is home. So I'll tell you total when I have both the skeins washed. But I was doing 8 ounces, and I don't have any big bobbins or big flyers, so it's just going to be 2 skeins. And
What do you think it's going to be?
I don't know.
Because you'll get close to double that yardage, right? What you just said, 166?
I don't think so. I think this is going to be a bigger skein.
Okay.
So it'll probably be around 280, I think. But that could be really good. This is a really thick yarn. I'm going with Aran weight. Worsted, it'd be a really dense worsted. So I'm thinking when I knit it, I'm going to knit it like an Aran weight. I don't know. Maybe one of those big cowls to show off the, the yarn, feature the yarn.
Yeah.
So nothing with a huge pattern, busy pattern or lace or anything. Just, I don't know. But
I ask you these questions.
I know it's one of those things where I just like creating the art of the yarn, like seeing it come together, and then it almost seems too precious to knit with. So then, and then when I think about using it, some of it, this would end up being quite crazy, so it can't be a garment. It's got to be hat, cowl, maybe some mitts, so maybe like a cowl mitt set. But I was thinking like big cowl, like the kind that you could double up. And I would hope
you could do
that
the
this would be
stargazing
enough.
cowl. Oh, that's true.
Make it a all
matchy
Boutros babe.
All Boutros babe all the time. Who made that? Whose yarn is that? Whose pattern is that? Who could answer it with one response?
Definitely. But that is it for my
I had an FO and it got shipped out today. I'm hoping that the person that it's for is listening and has no idea that this is going on, and they receive it and feel the love that was knit into it. I'll just put it at that.
I don't know about this thing.
Yes, you do. But
Okay.
yes, you do. I'll tell you later on.
Okay.
She's probably watching.
Okay. It's like one of those things I told you, but you forgot. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, lady,
come on. Anyway, works in progress. You've got your other matching
I know who
sock.
it is now.
Yeah, you just had to think about it.
I did.
You just had to think about it a little bit. I have my other sock. I put a little marker so you can see how much progress I've made on said sock since last week. More for my own benefit. So I
You're almost done.
Almost done. Turn the heel.
Yeah.
Figured out how to get it pretty similar. I did something different on this side because I didn't like how oh yeah, you can see it. I did something on the gusset a little different. I did a slip knit rather than a purl two together on the edge.
Yeah.
And I just liked the way it looked better. I experimented with it and I said, I don't like the way this one looks and I don't care if they match. So one of them I like the way it looks, I guess.
I'd be like, I hate this sock. The other one's fabulous.
Darn it. We had a discussion before we started taping about my socks. I have been wearing them on opposite feet, I thought. And they, even though they're not like a right foot, left foot sock, they get kind of molded to your foot. And yeah. And then my other work in progress, I'm not in a good place here, but I shall set it down, is the V-neck. And I have lots to say about it, so I'm going to hopefully be brief. Here is my back piece. It is out of a DK weight.
I will just, for time purposes, just hold mine up.
Parody stick. You got your back done as well. Yep. On the back, y'all. Woo, woo. Mine is out of Cash Soft DK, and it is.
And mine is out of Aran weight cotton.
Very, very soft. It has cashmere too, right?
Angora.
Oh, Angora, that's right. I knew there was something about it.
Cotton Angora.
And just for comparison's sake, you can look at it. This is the type of pattern where if you are going up a size, it's probably better to go or if you're going to change it, it's probably better to change like the, I don't know, I'm going up 2 sizes and the design elements shrink, because whether or not you're knitting a small or you're knitting the extra large size, these cable motifs are the same. So going up the stitch count doesn't make them bigger. So I'm not going to get big chunky cables like Amy has, or like the pattern has, but I'm okay with it. I kind of like these skinnier cables.
Yeah.
And this is totally different. This is a stagger horn. I modified the stagger horn pattern, or stagger horn cable pattern, to make it 25. So I inserted a stitch in the middle and then 2 stitches on the side, because I think it's normally like a 23 and it called for a 25. So I completely redid these because I didn't like that one. I thought it was unnecessarily futzy. Like there was like 7 different cables in that cable, and this is just a cable left and a cable right.
Well, the cable, once you understand it, is that this section is a 4-section repeat. And so when it's asking you to cable them, these have purls and knit stitches. And then when they cross over, you're not crossing all 4 at once. You're doing 2 and then 2 more.
Yeah.
So you have to, when you're crossing those, you move over a purl and a knit.
Yep.
And so, like, once you've done this much, you're like, oh,
yeah,
I get it. I understand.
This part has flown for me, the second half, because I have these memorized, right? I don't even have to look at the sheet to know where I am. I just look at the cable and go, oh, yep, I'm going this way this time, and just follow the flow. And it really, I like the way it looks with this skinnier yarn with these cables. I'm okay with it. Earlier, when I was trying to do it with my Miss Babs, I was not. I didn't like that this part was skinnier.
And then you're not doing shaping, waist shaping.
No shaping.
Yeah.
I have one square block.
This one has waist shaping.
Yeah, I see that. When I put waist shaping into my garments, I end up with little flare outs in the actual fabric when I'm wearing it. Like, it doesn't like skim me and make me look curvier. It just makes me look like I have weird blobs on the side of my body. And that's not to say that I'm skinny like a rail. That just means that my upper body and my lower body are pretty similar in diameter.
She's not the triangle.
I'm more of a...
Not even a triangle, like the
actually, I probably like a reverse triangle, right? Like I've got the thicker thighs.
Well, when people talk about triangle, it's your shoulders to waist.
Yeah, I'm probably the opposite. I'm like a skinny on top, and then I just keep getting bigger as you go down, which doesn't go with the flat sides that I just talked about. But I'm going to be dangerously short on yardage. I made this longer because I put this on me and I went like this, and I saw where it was going to hit, and so I just kept on making it longer and longer. So this is like, I think to underarm in the pattern was supposed to be like 16 inches or something like that, and I made it like 18 or something. That, and I'm doing it on DK, 2 sizes up. So
I don't know, mine seems long.
Mine, look at how long mine is though.
I know.
So I'm going to have really short sleeves. Like really short. Like a ball is 100 yards, a little over 100 yards I think, and that's all I'm going to have left for sleeves. Ooh. But this is really warm. The cashmere is really warm, so it might be a blessing in disguise. Yeah. I'm going to go with silver lining. Yep. I'm not going to be pitting out in it. It's not going to make me like... It'll be, I mean, this will be a cute vest.
Yeah.
Ish. It's still going to have like a sleeve, so it won't be like... I could wear it without something underneath it.
I think the only thing that I'm regretting necessarily is I don't know how this is going to look with negative ease, because I believe the model had lots of positive ease, and most people made it with positive ease, and I'm making it with negative ease. And not necessarily because I thought about it, but more because I went 36, I'm a 36, and went, oh, that's 0 ease.
Yeah.
And then the cotton's going to grow lengthwise, which is going to make it go negative ease. Anyway, so I feel as if I lit a fire underneath you, maybe. You have, pretty much. I have to let that late starter... Well, you have so many more stitches in that too, and I'm just like, yep, my Aran weight.
I did simplify my cables, and I didn't do the twisted ribbing.
Oh, I like the twisted ribbing.
I did not.
So
Stitch marker
I
blasted.
So now I'm this far on the front. And the front goes until it is 2 inches shy of the top, or the back, so on the top. And yeah, I am finally to the straight before the increases. So I hope that the next 6 inches will fly. Fly by.
Because the next time we record will be the day before it's due.
Yeah, pretty much. So I need to be on the sleeves this weekend or I'm not going to finish in time. And I really want the long sleeves, so I got some work to do.
Yeah, sleeves are...
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was on Twitter was like, misspelling of the day, skeeves. It was like, the word that you use when you're describing what sleeves give you is the skeeves.
Oh my goodness.
No. I always get a good chuckle.
Is that...
Those are my 2
width?
works in progress.
Okay.
And you have a bajillion.
Yeah. So I don't think this grew much, if at all.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
So
much.
it's about the same.
You need to put a little marker in to remind you.
Yeah, I probably didn't grow any. Maybe 2 rows. I don't know.
So the beatnik got a lot of love.
Yes, the beatnik grew a lot, and so did the socks. So, and then I also gave Alaska Mama 2 more petals. So,
Ooh, pretty.
or maybe it was 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
And
think
this
it
has
might have
become
been
your
3.
bust knitting, or were the socks your bust knitting?
Socks were bust knitting, but like I said, the family's been sick, so there hasn't been much of that going on at all. I've been staying home with the kids and being a nurse mommy to everybody. So, and I might be again tomorrow.
She got over here really early. I think she was like, I'm getting out of the house.
Well, and it was that, and then the kids are so exhausted, they go to bed really early. So, like, you know, when you're battling something,
Zero resistance.
You want to go to bed.
You want to go to bed? Yep. Okay. Good night.
It's so easy to put kids to bed when they're sick.
Silver lining.
Silver lining, yeah. Yeah, last night I was by myself and I put my son to bed at 4 p.m. And he did not wake up until morning.
Seriously, that would have freaked me out. I would have been like, he's gonna get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
No,
Huh?
didn't. He woke up
He needed
completely.
some sleep,
yeah.
yo.
He woke up feeling completely better, and he never had a fever. His illness was different than his sister's, but so now it's just her, and she went to bed with a climbing fever tonight. So I'm just like, oh.
I always hate that.
I
as
put
a
the
parent.
medicine in, but the fever was still going up when I left.
You're
So-
like, if I were sick, would I want somebody to wake me up and take my temperature, or would I just want to be asleep, right? I hate that. I'm like, should I wake him up? Should I not? Should I?
I know. I told Matt to go check and see if she's got the cold sweats. And he's like, what's that mean? I'm like, go up there, touch her. If she's clammy, she's probably sweating because she's feverish. If you touch her and she's fine and she's not hot, the medicine's working and we're good. I don't know. It's one of those things, like, I was fine until we reached the tipping point of day 4, day 5. And you're like,
kind of scary.
And you're like, okay, what's going on? It's not coming down. It's not going away. What's going on? You know, like, oh, is there something big looming that I'm not, you know? And then you start second guessing, like, did I give her enough fluids this past 3 days? And did, you know, and it's nerve-wracking. That's why the phone is sitting right here. It's silent, but if it happens to light up, it means that my husband checked on her and something was not right. So,
Amy's going to be reading her phone, is what she's saying. Did you have any by chance? Oh, you might have more works in progress.
well, I have one more, but it's so lame. I don't even want to. And we'll talk about the other one when you talk about enhancements, whatever. Sexual.
Oh, your sock.
My second sock of these.
Sometimes the cuff is the hardest part.
It got cast on. Well, it was after I cast on the second sock of the other one. Like, I wanted to do Judy's Magic cast on, but still use double points, so I used these, got past a certain point in the toe, and then switched over to double points. And then that was like, okay, that's my cue. I'm going to go cast these on real quick. And so I cast them on real quick, put a few rows in it, and...
I wanted to point out that somebody asked whether or not these have swivels. They have no swivels.
Oh, okay.
No swivels. Good. On my chai-goos.
Got that covered.
Although I may get some chai-goos now that are fixed circulars in the smaller size. I like the firm cable. Like this doesn't happen with my other one, no matter the length.
The chai-goo.
Yeah, their cables are firm.
I do like them. I don't want to say that they're my favorites, because they aren't necessarily my favorites. Sometimes I really do like my Addy Turbos, and the tips aren't as sharp.
Yeah, and now when I knit on these, I'm kind of like, I'm looking for that longer tip. I don't know. We'll see. I might enjoy it for different occasions. This yarn, the 716 knit, is not very splitty at all. So like the turbos are great, right? I mean, it doesn't matter. The Cash Soft is very splitty, and so it's nice to have that.
Yeah, and I moved to the chai-goos or really sharp points, no matter what brand you're using, on my sabbatical, because of the lace on the reverse side has you knitting in an odd...
And that yarn has a halo because it's got alpaca in it. I got a new bag.
Oh.
Apples.
Cool.
Elizabeth Quinton. And I love it.
Oh.
I asked her if she specifically put apples out there to tempt me, and she said, maybe.
Maybe.
Don't give anybody else any ideas about apples. And then my other project bag is...
matchy.
Yep. Very orangey.
Orange.
And I like it because it makes it look less peach. Like
this
it brings
true.
out the orange in it.
Yeah.
So, look, it's orange. Okay, other enabling includes and some yarn. You were just talking about how your hand spun, you're thinking you're probably going to save it and hoard it for a special occasion. And I think this yarn is going to be like that for me. It is Space Cadet Creations in the Aurora base, which I made my Alluvian, my bean socks out of. Very cashmere. I don't know that I'm going to use it for socks after I've seen how it wore on my other ones, because it's very high in cashmere. So I think it's going to be a shawl of some sort, but it's the colorway for Carrie.
Oh, yes.
And so it's just beautiful. It's very royal purplese, and then there's just this hint of yellow, which just screams Carrie to me. And as I said, out on Plurkit, I can see that she knew her very well, Stephanie of Space Cadet Creations, and that it was dyed with love, love for a friend and celebration of her life, because it just screams Carrie to me. So I don't know if I'm going to knit one of Carrie's shawls with it. I don't know that I've seen a very highly variegated, like Walnut Grove or what I'm going to do with it, but I think I'm going to keep it around for a while until I find the perfect shawl.
Yeah, I think, Smooshy with cashmere is the same breakdown.
I'm really hard on socks. I dance. We do a dance party like every couple of nights at my house. My floors often have crumbs and stuff, so food gets like stuck in the bottom. And
really hard.
I'm really hard on socks, so
she needs to get herself some like opal or...
Yeah, and I don't really notice the cashmere on my feet as much, right? So while it's really soft and wonderful to work with, I would rather have less soft yarn to work with and have the socks last a lot longer, because I'm not really a sock knitter, although somebody pointed out that I said that a long time ago and now I'm knitting socks. I also got a birthday present from Miss Melanie. She sent me
fun.
Get Your Happy On Fiber Nib Dye Works in her Elemental base. I thought that was oranges and pinks and whites. And then she also sent me some cards and a felting kit, a pig needle felting kit. And this is from Romney Ridge Farm, which she knows these sheep. I was like, that makes it even more cool for me. She knows this sheep. I know the person that knows this sheep. It's the Kevin Bacon sheep game again.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Melanie. You spoiled me rotten.
Bacon.
Well, it's bacon in its purest form. I thought the kids would really enjoy it, and I love that there's different color of wools in there, and They might not. I might have to do the felting, but
yeah, the needles are very sharp.
Yes. In fact, I'm kind of worried that I'm going to hurt myself.
I have, I don't know if you have it, but I have the,
get your happy on.
I don't know.
I don't have one. This is my first needle felting kit.
Okay. I have like a base thing.
You showed me how to do it.
Yeah. It's just basically dense foam base that when you're felting, you would do that so that you can stick all the way through it and not poke yourself. Okay, so now we're going to talk about how we are doing some sample knitting, yay, for Sun Valley Fibers, Jeanette, and it's a new base. It's not completely new because she has had some in her shop, but it is amazing.
MCS! And not only is it an MCS, but it has 20% cashmere. Yo, 20. And we're both making shawls. Mine is going to be a daybreak.
And 15% silk. Her numbers are wrong then. It's 110%.
Well, we'll iron it out. Her yarn is so awesome. It has 110%. She found a way to put extra in there.
Oh, it
is fantastic.
I started knitting mine a little bit.
Hers is the color affection.
And just...
She said she was going to torture us, and I think the real torture is going to be giving up the finished object, because these are decadent.
So, oh yeah, I should hold up my colors.
You want me to? Nope, you can stack them. I totally did that, by the way. People at home were like, ah! Beautiful.
So, that Dijon.
Oh, I have Dijon.
Something gold, and then Oliver. And something gold is like mountain gold.
These are Iowa State colors. Sangria and honey oak.
Yeah.
Totally Iowa State colors. Minnesotans might call them gopher colors. Totally Iowa State colors.
That's true.
But I love it. I love it. Amy just brought these over, Jeanette, and I've been wanting to fondle them for a while now.
Yes, this base is really, really nice.
Decadent. Scrumdiddlyumptious.
And if you look at those tags, they have a price on them. Unbelievably reasonable, in my opinion.
They remain the same price.
Holy cats.
Does she have any up on her website? Do you know?
I remember when she told us about it after our initial retreat, there was some that went up, but I haven't been out there recently to check.
Okay.
I need to go out there and look at colors.
Speaking of retreat, we are now, after some wonderful feedback, going to be featuring the retreat gobbledygook at the end of our podcast, just so that we're not insensitive to those who would A, like to come and can't, or B, just, can't come. We are, if anything, inclusive, because we're trying to include everybody that wants to come, but I know that doesn't mean that everybody that wants to come can. So we're now going to talk about that at the end. Amy and I had to go about getting some financial framework, scaffolding in place before we can do the day passes, and hopefully those will be available shortly.
Yes, we have all of the things that were required, and now we just need to get the interface set up so that you can click buy.
Yep, and then you'll have your lanyard and you'll be good to go, whether or not you have the hotel or not.
Yes.
The local yokels, the Minnesota folk, Minnesota.
Yes. And we have a few people who are visiting their Rochesterian friends and doing day passes so that they can stay with their friends.
Yep.
So,
KL, I don't know when that is officially going to start, but it's basically any shawl with green in it. We're thinking shawls are going to be good in the summertime. And
and it's so unofficial in that start when you want. Josh is doing Geonetrix is doing a official KL. It was designed specifically with our retreat in mind, but he is opening it up to anybody. I believe he is doing it as a discounted for pay mystery knit along. And then he has put yardages out there. It's 210 of one color and 200 of another in fingering. So basically 1 skein of yarn, more or less. So if you can get a generous half skein, leftovers maybe from your Woolmies
or Color Affection.
Color Affection, yeah. You should be able to come up with something green to go in that one. But we have a indie dyer out there that's going to be vending with us. Marigold, no, why did I say that? Mary Gail is plotting a colorway. And she wants to do a kit. So she's going to offer up kits for pre-order, I think. And all of that discussion is going in
Zombie Apocalypse.
Yes, the retreat thread.
Yep.
So if you're interested in Mary Gail's kits and Josh's, and you don't have to be part of the retreat, but if you want to hear about what's going on, you have to join the retreat boards.
And the KAL is a way to totally play along at home. So even if you're not going to the retreat, you can participate in the KAL. We've got a lot of KALs going on right now, but if you know the self-straping one and the Miracle Gen one or the Baby It's Cold Outside one doesn't trip your trigger and you want to knit a green shawl, come on over and join. And there'll be prizes that will be pseudo retreat specific, but I think we have play along at home prize options. So
yes, we have the option of setting up a thread in our regular group with a play at home.
Yeah, or they can jump over on the forums as well. We can redirect it over to the Zombie Apocalypse one, and you can come play at home. And I think that's all I had to say about that. I don't think we have any. I've sent out emails. We got yeah. We're getting things further ironed out.
Yes,
as far as hotel reservations, and thank you for being patient with us. We did not want to take in the money and pay the hotel. We wanted you guys to have the option to pay them directly and make that reservation. And so there's just some ticking in time that has to be done. Like, okay, you made the reservation. We know your email address, and we can contact you via that. Hopefully we'll have more about the yarn crawl and other excursions shortly. We absolutely love Shannon's t-shirt design.
Oh, yes. T-shirts are going to be great. That's kind of been picked and settled on. So I am pretty excited about that. We will have 2 style options, we think. You know, it's so you won't be stuck with just one choice. And yeah, we're excited.
Yes. There's so much excitement that to be had. So anyway, that is this week. Hopefully next week Amy will have some healthy kiddos, and we'll both have a beatnik done. We're close to done.
Amy laughs. If I get to the sleeves this weekend, that will be my major accomplishment. And then when we record, I should have them mostly done. If the thing gets sewn together in time to enter the various KALs that are going on with
Amy, I am fully counting on next week that we are going to do our jumping in the air photo together.
I mean, I'm going gangbusters on it, but I can see hitting a wall with this design, right? Especially with the moss stitch sleeves. That, you know, it's gonna be a lot.
You could claim that you ran out of yarn like me.
No, I want to do the long sleeve, and you have, I mean, the way it's written, you start down the cuff and you go up. So
totally gonna reverse engineer that so I don't have to, because I can't, because I don't have that much yarn.
I have over the amount of yarn needed, so I am going to use.
See, now that's just
it all up. Yeah.
You just claimed on air that you had.
I know, but I really want my long sleeve beatnik, and if I don't make the deadline, I don't make the deadline.
It's true. It's all about the.
Well,
and all about the FO. I don't need your FO.
Okay, now we're babbling. Yep. I just wanted to say one more thing is that I think that it'll give me the motivation to get as far as I can. And And then that last little bit will seem like nothing once the KL pressure is off. And I'll have a finished sweater after it all
You're
said
not
and
going
done.
to put it in timeout?
No.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.